My F26, trans sister, F23, changed her name to my current name. My sister came out as trans about 2 years ago. We are not close at all. The last time I saw her was at my college graduation 3 years ago. However, when I heard the news, I sent her a text congratulating her and wishing her well. She's always been the black sheep of the family, interested in different things than me and my family. Kind of the "look who came out their cave" energy. She's since left our small town in Western Mass and moved to Seattle. I currently live in Boston and heard she changed her name. She had a fairly gender-neutral name to begin with and didn't change it initially when she came out. However, 2 months ago I heard from someone who follows her on IG that she changed just her first name to my current first name, thus giving her the exact, minus the middle, name as me. I immediately called her and asked why she'd do such a thing. She said she'd always liked that name, and couldn't find a better. She went on to say, "We don't really talk. I don't live on the East Coast and never visit. I don't know why this even matters." I explained that I'm kind of embarrassed and feel awkward about this and asked to help her choose a different that literally isn't mine. I do go back to my hometown somewhat frequently, and so I'll have to deal with this socially with friends and other people we both know when I do end up going back. Anyone from a small town will tell you. Word spreads fast. She said she's made up her mind and she intends on sending in the paperwork to change it legally this month. I called my mom and she said she had the same exact conversation with her, but my mom lost her patience and had kind of an argument and said something transphobic in the moment, and they haven't spoken since. My dad hasn't touched this at all lol. I'm just not sure what to do here, because while it would be nice to be closer to my only sibling, I can't shake that we have the same name. It's weird and annoying tbh. How do I go about getting her to change her mind? Or do you think I can't change her mind? Seriously. Check your credit reports. All of them. Freeze your credit. I was hounded for years by some collection agency looking for a person, same name, who defaulted on cell plans and student loans. And it hurt my credit, plus it was a real hassle to get it fixed. You could maybe argue it will hurt your interests if she does this. Bottom rule. https www.washingtonlawhelp.org/resource/namechange. Our local county district court is the court that you will use to ask for legal name change for most name changes. Call your local county district court or look online for forms specific to your location. 2. Change your name by court order. You must fill out a petition for change of name. It must state all of these: your current legal name and the name you want, your birth date and place of birth, the county you live in, that you are not a registered sex offender, whether you are not an offender under the jurisdiction of the Department of Corrections. C. What if I am a convicted felon? Section. That you are not changing your name for fraudulent purposes. That changing your name will not hurt anyone else's interests. Very odd that she'd choose your name. She's either trying to be you or trying to piss you off. Oh, your sister is a bitch. Now you know. Check your credit rating regularly. You said hers was a gender neutral. Change yours to hers. Confuse everyone everywhere. S. Don't forget, regardless of how you identify, an asshole will always be an asshole. And this is an asshole move for sure. You are about to go into credit hell. Now my sister and I didn't pick our names, but we both basically have 2 word names that are AB and BA. Now we always thought it was funny because it drove our cousins nuts. Later in life it drove us nuts. Why? We are 17 months apart. My parents got us social security cards when we were born. So same SS except for last two numbers. Because of this, the credit bureaus had us as being one person and the other being an alias. It literally took us decades to finally straighten it out, and it only happened because my sister married, had a different last name, and hired a credit expert to fix it. This is a nightmare of epic proportions. Temporarily freeze your credit with all three credit bureaus. The fact that you're on different coasts means nothing. She was in the army and I was in college in different states, and it didn't matter. Seriously consider consulting an attorney about this. I don't know your sister at all, but this seems like a deliberate attempt to provoke your family. You registered your disapproval. You can't stop her from doing it. I would just let it die. If you don't give her any more good reactions, maybe she'll get tired of the joke and change it again. This is such a selfish thing for her to do. I know someone whose father transitioned, and it was very weird when the father started wearing extremely similar clothes to the mother after transitioning. This takes it a step further. IDK, what to tell you. Maybe the comment about credit and credit cards is a concern. Maybe not. Maybe the comment where your sibling sees you as a symbol of femininity is correct. Maybe not. But I do know that it's okay to feel weird as hell when a sibling takes your name. It's bizarre. It would be bizarre if someone who wasn't transitioning took their sibling's name. I don't know if it'll make you feel better, but it is extremely common for some reason. I've seen it with trans men and women in my life. They grow up wishing they could dress and act and be treated like their sibling of the opposite assigned gender. Their sibling may even look like the version of themselves they see in their head. Same features and coloring, just the right gender. Also happened with two of my close now girlfriends who weren't related but grew up together. There's not much you can do. In the families I know of where this happened, the trans sibling decided on a different name once they grew more comfortable as themselves. I will say, it is possible or even probable a judge will deny the name change if they see your sister has a family member with the exact same name. If a name would cause harm or confusion, they can say no. Calling out someone's selfishness and absolute disregard for those in their life is not transphobic. She is incredibly self-obsessed to not see how that could affect you. Dude, identity theft is the first thing that comes to mind. Some kind of fraud anyway. I would just check your banking and credit report. Ooh, wants to be you. The girl needs therapy. Sounds like she might be trying to take your identity. Seriously. This isn't something I'd take lightly. Yeah, she's not all there mentally. It seems kind of like an awful thing to do. And I wonder if IRL she secretly envies you and wants to be you. She must have known too this would not be acceptable to you, so she seems selfish. Ask George Foreman's kids. Freeze any and all credit cards you have and speak to your bank. I don't want to suggest identity theft, but it sounds like that a little. I'd say talk to your sister and tell her that if she were to ever do anything illegal, or something in that area, that depending on the situation, they, cops, feds, IRS etc., will likely come after you, as well. And to be honest, your sister, she's being an asshole. If she can't find a different name, maybe she should have stuck with her original one, considering as you said it was a pretty gender neutral name. I think you need to lay into your sister about the severity of potential consequences that could come from this. Not only that, it sounds like your sister is also dealing with a lot of jealousy towards you because you were born a woman and she's transitioning. And that could be part of the reason she took your name instead of finding her own. Contact the local court. Find out who handles these types of things and tell them what's going on. Find out if you can put it in writing and get it added to the file. Ask them what the implications are for identity theft. Maybe they'll deny it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.